I can't stand the sound. Make mama stop crying.
All right, so some 27 more minutes to 8 o'clock is what time it is here on Love 99.5. And it's been a very beautiful, successful, great week. We began the week by talking about Forest Under Siege with the Rasas Saridonko on Monday. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we had a conversation about how to acquire land, the registration, to secure it, everything about it. I hope that has gone down very well with you, and that if you have any land issues now, you know how to go about it. Next week, we're talking about something different when it comes to putting up the house, because now you've secured the land and you know that you have to go onto the land and start doing something. It's all about building up to the Love FM Republic Bank 2023 edition of the Love FM Habitat Fair. Watch out for more conversations next week that will help you, have your dream come through. All right, come true, actually, not through, come true. All right, so join us next week for such more of beautiful conversations. Now, there's a conversation coming up this morning. And you know how we do things these Fridays. We relax the airwaves, but we are learning as well. All right. And it is said that when a man and a woman come together, well, they become one. It says, the two shall become one. So when a man and a woman come together, they become one. Now, so what it means is that if you're a woman, you have a man in your life. If you're a husband, you have a husband in your life. All right. Then what you own belongs to your husband. And vice versa. If you're a husband, what you have belongs to your wife. And even we saw that in our conversation yesterday when we talked about the land thing. That even when you acquire land, as a husband, it's for the wife as well.
And the women were happy.
But in as much as we hear that, the two have come together and the two are one, we don't do certain things together. So what happens is that husbands keep separate accounts, women keep separate accounts. Question is why? As you listen to us this morning, if you're a wife, will you agree to have a joint account with your husband? If you're a husband, will you agree to have a joint account with your wife? If you're just about to get married, would you want to have a joint account with your partner? Let's hear your thoughts on this matter. 055-11-11995. Again, our WhatsApp number is 055-11-11995. So this one came through early this morning because, like I often say, we advertise, our topics. We have flyers, we have artworks, we spread them all over. This is what a Reverend Minister who has a PhD, who is also a counselor, had to say about the topic. And Leo Stanley, I've had some off-air argument with Eugene a while ago. Listen carefully to the sound, and I'll take your views of it as well. Here we go.
Dear viewer or listener, how come you can share your bed, possibly your body, with a wife or husband, but when it comes to money, you cannot have a joint account with him or her? Partner, I would say no. Legally married wife or husband, I would say yes. Now, if you're having doubts about having an account, a joint account, bank account with your husband or wife, your problem is not money. You have trust issues. Deal with it, solve it, and things will be all right. However, I do not recommend that all your monies will be in one joint account. It doesn't help because there are individual things and certain projects that individually you need to do, which you don't need to have a necessarily express permission of your husband or wife before you can do. Because of that, you keep your own account, but you agree on some percentage of your income and put it in a joint account so that it can be used for specific purposes, big projects, bigger projects, or things that are difficult to get small monies to do.
So Fido has the highest loan, all right, and it's quite impressive. So Fido's highest loan is now what? An impressive 4,000 Ghana cedis. Starting small is the key to big things. Begin with a loan of 200 Ghana cedis and pay on time. And then you could see your loan limit grow to 4,000 Ghana cedis. So tell your buddy, which of course is you. So I'm telling you, get money, spread the word. When you refer your friends to Fido and they take a loan, you will earn 15 Ghana cedis, and your party gets 10 Ghana cedis when they repay. It's a winning combo. So getting the Fido app is as easy as dialing *998*9# just to apply. Fido on the App Store or the Play Store. So it's accessible. It's all around you. Apply today, shine your eyes. Remember to watch out for tricksters pretending to be Fido. Fido will never ask you to pay money before getting a Fido loan. Have that at the back of your mind. Again, in today's Ghana, you and I know that 3 Ghana cedis can no longer pay for your chibu, and 45 Ghana cedis is not enough for a bag of cement. Thanks to Prudential Life Insurance, Ghana's Mekakrawa, you can secure your future and that of your loved ones with as little as 3 Ghana cedis. You heard right, 3 Ghana cedis. Mekakrawa protects you and one dependent in the event of death, critical illness, and total permanent disability. Dial star 778 hash on MTN today and join the Mekakrawa family and protect your future. Let's take a trip to MTN because MTN, has a very beautiful message for you. Are you on MTN? If you're not on MTN, I don't know why you're holding that phone or that device. Ready to treat your callers to good tunes whilst you win incredible rewards and points by purchasing, renewing, copying, or gifting your favorite caller tunes, and you can win amazing prizes based on your total accumulated points. Yep, build as many points as possible, and you can win tons of data to stay connected to the things you love, or you can win an amazing 10,000 Ghana cedis cash prize to splash on your favorite things. It's the perfect way to entertain your callers with music and get rewarded at the same time. Start collecting your caller tunes with points today. Visit Caller Tunes. It is callertunes.mtn.com.gh or just dial star 1355 hash to get started on the MTN Caller Tunes service. Promo lasts till the 7th of October 2023, and don't forget that terms and conditions apply.
Dear viewer or listener, how come you can share your bed, possibly your body, with a wife or husband, but when it comes to money, you cannot have a joint account with him or her? Partner, I would say no. Legally married wife or husband, I would say yes. Now, if you're having doubts about having an account, a joint account, bank account with your husband or wife, your problem is not money. You have trust issues. Deal with it, solve it, and things will be all right. However, I do not recommend that all your monies will be in one joint account. It doesn't help because there are individual things and certain projects that individually you need to do, which you don't need to have a necessarily express permission of your husband or wife before you can do. Because of that, you keep your own account, but you agree on some percentage of your income and put it in a joint account so that it can be used for specific purposes, big projects, bigger projects, or things that are difficult to get small monies to do.
All right, so those are the thoughts of a Reverend Minister. I'd like to hear your thoughts as well. Our WhatsApp number is on and it's available. It's 055-1111-995. 055-1111-995. As I speak, we're also live on Facebook on LUV 99.5 FM. That's how you can find us on Facebook. So join us there and drop your comments as well. So that's the thoughts, of a Reverend Minister. And he says, well, if you share the same bed with your partner or your husband or your wife, if you share your body with that person, and yet you cannot have a joint account, it's simply because what? There's lack of trust. You have trust issues. So solve it, deal with it, and you'll be fine. Then he goes on to say that it's for people who are married. I will agree with him on that. Then on the other leg, he says, but he would not advise that you keep all your monies in one account because there are some expenses you cannot make necessarily because you have to go seek your partner's consent. And that's the bit I have a problem with. But what are your thoughts? I mean, will you want to have the same accounts, joint accounts with your partner? Let's hear from you. All right, so Eugene is here. Leo is here. Eugene, Leo, let me ask you the direct question. Would you want to share the same accounts with your partner?
No, I don't think so.
Why?
I mean, my money, it's for her money, it's her money. My money should also be my money. But if I agree that there are some things that both parties should contribute to. Example, if you want to put up, your family home, and your wife thinks that we should have an account where we can both donate, like, or both contribute money to that account, and for a project that we both agree on, then I agree. But my money is my money. Your money is also your money.
What is wrong in having the same joint account anyway? I mean, one joint account where all your earnings go into. What's the big deal?
No, I mean, why do you also have to put all your eggs into one basket? It just doesn't make an economic sense to me. Maybe I always see car. You have to make sure, say, watch it. Yeah, what it has to have purpose. Things that I will use for my own entertainment, I can keep it somewhere. Things that I will use for the things that satisfies me. Same as you. We cannot put money in an account and you be using it to go and to buy Brazilian hair and fix your nails. The same way, I cannot.
That is you.
Yeah,
that is you.
The same way.
So to our listener, we'd like to hear from you as well. I mean, you can share your thoughts with us. Again, the WhatsApp number is 0551111995. I record it and send it in to us. So Eugene, so you agree with the Reverend Minister, don't you?
Yeah, David, I do. But David, let me just do a 30-second detour. I'm getting messages that the traffic light at the 4B and Officers Mess area is not working. A lot of traffic light in the city. We find ample time and.
We talked about it some time ago, you remember?
Yeah.
Where we had Randy Wilson with us in the studios of Love 99.5. And what disturbs me is the fact that we pay for these things, just like we pay for street lights. So when the street lights are not working and you're angered by it because the street lights are not working, we pay levies for the street lights. So they should be on and they should serve as well. In that same regard, we pay for the traffic lights. So why are you taking money from people and you're not giving them the service? Why? If you know you cannot give me the service, then stop taking my money.
Exactly.
But once you're taking my money, but you're not giving me the service that I require, then what are you doing? You are ripping me off.
Yeah.
Here we are in a region where school kids, unlike elsewhere where there are buses that will pick young ones to school and on time, we have children walking the shoulders of our roads, crossing our streets at any intersections and all that. Some of them as young as 3 and 4 and 5. And if the traffic light is not working, how do you expect this young child to cross the street safely? And then we're creating traffic. Somebody wants to get to work on time, but because the traffic light is not working, there's no free flow of traffic, and yet you are taking my money. And you say you're running a city?
Well, David, back to your question.
And yet, also accident we see then we say apologies. Then we do the right thing.
David, back to your question about joint account. Now, David, I don't know where you may have issues with what we just listened to, but I think that, David, in all fairness, in all candor, joint, I'm not married. Let me just do that. I'm not married.
Put out that caveat.
That caveat, I'm not married. But, David, I think that it is not bad to say you have a sort of a joint account with your partner for a common objective to be done. Let's say you want to build or something. In the morning, you disagreed with the however bit of the conversation where he said that we should
make your point and leave me out. No, I would also make my point anyway.
Okay.
So make your point.
So after then I can counter. Okay. So I'm saying that I agree with the Reverend Minister that there's not every expenditure you want to incur that you need the express approval of your partner or your spouse.
Give an example.
Again, I'm not married.
Give an example.
No, there are certain relatives that your wife may not be cool with. They may have some emergencies. You have to call your wife from work. And I know how joint account operates. The two of you must give some sort of consent. It depends on how you go with the bankers. And for the money to be withdrawn. That's a process. You may want to do it quickly. You may have your own things you have to do. Your wife may want other things you want to do. Your wife may say, her best friend is doing a wedding. They want to do a makeup, say 5,000 and everything. It may sound nonsensical to you because of the greater agenda that what you want to build. You want to buy a certain car. You want to take your children to a certain school, or get them to a certain standard. But she feels that this is my best friend. I've been through the trenches there, so let me just blow money on the weekend for, say, their hair wedding, right? You may not disagree with it, and she needs your expert approval to access that money in the bank. So what I agree is that there must be a percentage. If it's 70, if it's 50%, whatever percentages that the two of you deem fit. And I will not sit here and ascribe percentage. As I said, I'm not married. So the percentages the two of you deem fit, you put it together in a joint account for that common good. Build, buy a car for the children, whatever. Then the other 50, and it is not that you do not trust the partner. Because you come to a conclusion that we are spending percentages, and if a percentage is not 100%, it means that you know that the remaining percentages is for my personal stuff, and that personal stuff is not say or something like that. It's also for the housekeeper, but just that not every expenditure I have to incur should be approved by my partner or a spouse. That's where I think that I agree entirely with the voice note or the premise set by the Reverend
And for
Minister.
listeners who have heard that voice note being played, you can also decide to speak to it. All right. But again, personally, would you want to have a joint account with your spouse? Now, the question that we are asking is, would you want to have a joint account? It means just an account, no extra account on the side. Okay. Now, if you listen to the Reverend Minister and what he said, he uses a few words. First of all, he says, you share a bed with that person. You even share your body with that person. So you sleep with the person, you share your body. Which one is priceless? To me, I said, my body is priceless. Not necessarily the amount of money I have. My body is priceless. I have given that to you. If I share the same bed with you and I can close my eyes and sleep, knowing that you will not come and harm me, it is trust. And he uses the word trust in his, voice note. What is trust? Trust is defined as a firm belief in the reliability, truth, or ability of someone or something. So truth, honesty, and all those things come to play when it comes to the issue of trust. You have a firm conviction that this person I can rely on, I can trust, I believe will do the right thing. So you talk about sharing a bed, sharing the body. You talk about lack of trust. And he concluded in that bit before he said, however, he said, deal with it and you'll be fine. So if you are with somebody and you have a joint account and there's trust, you know that when it comes to the expenditure, the person is so reliable that the person would not mismanage or misuse the monies in there. Trust is the account on the person. If there is trust, I know that if I go with even my own personal recommendation request that I want to buy A, B, and C, the person trusts that the request I'm making makes sense, and therefore, go spend. So if, like Eugene mentioned, there are some expenditure, and I asked him like example. He says a relative. So take it for example that my brother or my cousin has a school fees to pay, and he comes up to me and says to me, "Oh, Charlie David, my school fees is 3,000 Ghana cedis. Can you help me?" I have a joint account with my wife. To me, she knows I am trustworthy. She knows I am reliable. She knows I reason. So let's say we're building a house together. So that's one of the reasons we have a joint account. And then I go into that account to take money without her consent. It will be wrong. But I go to her and I say, listen, my cousin needs so for the fees. So, is that so? Charlie, the fees is also cool, but we're building. So why don't you say that we're giving him 1,000 Ghana cedis? He should go look for the 2,000 elsewhere. That's what we can afford. So it doesn't affect the building project. That is a woman whom you trust, who is with you. In that same regard, the woman can come to you and say, Charlie, a relative of mine also needs help with it. You even made mention of going for a wedding and you want to spend 5,000, on what do you call it, your friend's wedding because of whatever past you have together. Let's even say hypothetically that we don't even have a joint account, but you know that we're building. Let's say I am building, and you know that I will need your support. Why would you go spend a whopping 5,000 Ghana cedis on a friend's wedding?
Exactly.
Hold on. If I don't land on this, it might not make sense to some people.
You land.
Why would you want to spend a whopping 5,000 on somebody's wedding? No matter what relationship you have with the person, no matter what the person has done for you in the past, between spending 5,000 on a person's wedding, maybe for, like you were mentioning, some material stuff, and then contributing to the house that your husband is building for the two of you, which one is, prudent?
Can I come in now?
Please go ahead.
Now, you see, the flaw in your argument is that you deem the expenditure of 5,000 not prudent because you are not privy to the kind of relationship your spouse in this context have with the person. Do you get the argument I'm making? So that is why the Reverend Minister is saying that to avoid you always, and that is the operative word. If you are doing 100% joint account, it means that if I'm buying fuel me boxer short to na me koto foforo. If I'm buying a singlet, me to you assume our traffic mu. I'm buying PK, everything that involves money. I need the express approval of my wife.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that whether a wife or a husband, when you do that, based on the analogy you are given, I have a certain relationship with my friend. I knew him before I met you. I met you 3 years ago. Something. So, because it's the special day of the person, I need to do something special. I need to look special. But you are more here than so. So you think that because we've not roofed our building, an expenditure of 3,000, 5,000 is not prudent. But I'm saying that per the Reverend Minister's formulation he gave us, right? If you are doing 70% and you know it's the building, nobody will have the audacity to say that I'm going to take building money or project money for a hair. Because my 30% is with me. And
if you heard correctly what I said along the line, it could be a cousin who comes to say, for example, that I need support for school fees. If you have that joint account, the two of you can come to a compromise and say, I don't see you sit down, no. It wouldn't say car near a toy and hold on. It wouldn't say car near a toy and a loan near the toy, you're trying to crack. If the catch you unnecessary, we cannot give him the whole 3,000. You have 1,000. In that same regard, if your friend is putting together a wedding and you know that we're also putting up a house, why don't you say to that friend, now listen, oh Charlie, this wedding I wish I could do so much, but unfortunately the circumstance, Charlie, I can give 2,000 or 1,000 out of a 5,000. If you are saying that we need to have that joint account for that building, my question again is this: why don't you keep your account? Let me keep mine. But we know we are doing a project, aren't we?
But Dave, hold on,
I'm coming up. I just want to land on this one. 30 seconds. Why don't you keep your accounts? Let me keep my accounts. Then when there's time for us to buy some materials, building materials.
We turn the cement, then we have time.
No. Then we come and say, okay, bring this amount, bring that amount, that amount. We won't buy the cement, but you're keeping your accounts anyway. We don't necessarily have to open an account for that. But the point is, if you say you are married and the two of you have become one, and you are doing things together, huh? Do it such that you have one account and run it.
David, I'm coming. What makes you think that if we say we are committing 70% together, the extra 30, I'll misuse it? What was making you arrive at that?
Why don't you put the whole 100 in there?
No, David, trust. The definition you gave for trust, right? Trust says that rely on another person because you feel safe with them.
Do you feel what?
Safe. I'm coming.
Go ahead.
I'm coming. Yes, I know. I'm coming.
About the safe, right? Haven't you heard women who have used their husband's money to go and sow seed?
Because then there was she was not reliable.
Well, not reliable.
Because
the intention of that sow seed is maybe to help the husband.
Exactly.
In reality, it doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
So what is trust you're talking about here?
Doesn't make sense to you? Hold on. Doesn't make sense to you?
No.
She took the money to go sow seed.
But then if you ask her why she did that, she will say me they could sow seed
in that same sense.
And then you talk about trust.
If you have a joint account, in that same regard, if you have a joint account, then she come and say she want to take this amount for it to go and sow seed. The two of you will reason. Then she will then come to her senses that
David,
I don't have to spend that much.
David,
I can spend an amount to sow seed,
David,
but not
David,
a huge sum of money.
I'm coming.
That would affect our project.
David, I'm coming. You see, I'm coming. Let me define my trust. It says that to rely on another person because you feel safe. That's my first word. Safe with them and have confidence they will not hurt or violate you. Mm-hmm. Now my argument is that the sowing seed is not making sense to you because you've committed 100% of your salary for an objective. But I'm coming.
Read the second paragraph of the definition you gave. No, the definition you gave.
You are the host, but allow me.
No, nobody is the host. We're all having a conversation.
So it says that
the second one.
And have confidence that they will not hurt or violate you.
Hold on. So hold on. Oh. Based on that, have the confidence that they will not hurt or violate you. In that same regard, that's what I'm saying. That if the joint account is there, the two of you will discuss how to spend. You will not go and spend on what sowing of seed and say you're giving 10,000 Ghana cedis to a church.
David, that's a mistake. The sowing of the seed is not making sense to you because of maybe your religious extraction. But for me as a Christian, I believe that as a Christian, one of my ethos.
Then don't let's have an account in the first place.
David, I'm coming. I'm saying that as a Christian, maybe, and even in Christianity, we have different doctrines. Deeper Life have their doctrine. Pentecost have their doctrine. Methodists have their doctrine. Maybe but for it, right? No one saw for it. So your doctrine is different from my doctrine. But I believe that as a Christian, one of my core tenets or ethos is to pay tithe. You don't believe in that. So imagine we've contributed 200%, which is 100 of our salaries together, and I'm taking 1,000 cedis to go for annual harvest,
which is justified,
based on my religious instruction and tenet and it all, it will not make sense to you. So if you are contributing 70%, I'm coming.
Interest at heart.
David,
if you talk about me being safe with you,
I should sacrifice God for you.
What do you mean by that's what I'm saying? The amount you give is what matters. The amount you give is what matters. I am not saying don't give. Listen, I'm not saying don't give. But when you have the joint accounts, you are protecting me, I'm protecting you. You are trusting me, I am trusting you. So we are doing things together because we have become one. A husband and a wife, we have become one. The very moment you have a separate account, it means you don't trust me. You don't trust me. Now, if you trust that I'll manage our resources well, hold on. If you give something, if you entrust something to me, and you trust that I'll manage it well, handle it well, you have no doubt, you have no fears. But if you hold something back, it means that you don't trust me.
David, you see, you see, all your arguments are generalities. But I'm saying that let's break it down. We are all Christian and we've married. Leo, I believe that as a Christian, I need to pay my tithe every month. When they are doing a harvest, I have to contribute.
If I'm a Christian,
I'm coming. David, let me land.
No, but which Christian doesn't pay tithe? Which Christian doesn't pay tithe?
I'm coming.
Christians pay tithe. We all believe in it.
I'm coming. Some Christians go to they don't pay
because they don't understand what they are worshiping.
Exactly. So I'm saying that I understand and I'm paying. In Sototo, the church roof has disappeared. We are doing fundraising to buy the roof, right? I'm saying that because we are contributing 100% together, you may think commonsensically that I need to consult you before I take money, my salary, what I've worked for, to go and do the harvest. And I'm saying that in religion, certain things we do not make sense. So let's not ascribe common sense to religious practices because you think that because I shouldn't do the tithe. So I'm saying that.
Let me ask a question.
For you to avoid
you're living in a rented apartment. You're living in a rented apartment, okay? And then the church comes to tell you, or you go to church, and then the church comes to tell you that, oh, Charlie, your friend say, you pay church bus, for example. Sorry, bus. Meanwhile, down year two, if you're two, if you get some small amount of money, you can complete your house in the way that you can go and live in, not comfortably, but live in. And they come and tell me that I saw for saying church bus. So you can go to church bus because you believe in God.
David, not that. You see, I'm not reducing the conversation to church. The point I'm making is that
you even mentioned wedding.
I'm coming. You even mentioned wedding. David, I'm coming. I'm saying that there are certain expenditures that privately, though we may be married, though we are partners, boyfriend, girlfriend, and everything, there are certain expenditures that we both incur that do not require the express approval of the other person. And I'm saying that for us to avoid
trust the person.
Because of lack of trust. It's not trust. Trust is saying that I trust you are safe. So
this one, you and I had a conversation. Hold on. You and I had a conversation. I did something for you. Okay, we had a conversation.
I trust that you send them more money.
Exactly. Hold on. I'm coming. Hold on. Exactly because of what? We reasoned. David, along the line, you even said you told me what you're going to do with it.
And also, I'm a boy.
Hold on. So trust or don't trust you going forward. I don't trust you again.
How would you know? If he hadn't told you so, how would you know?
I know. So next time, whatever you tell me, I had that doubt at the back of my mind. but before now, I trusted you. But now you've made it point blank to me. Said, Jimmy, they're making it
for the conversation.
No,
I'm saying that, David. I'm saying that, David. You see.
If you trust somebody, David, you have a joint account.
David, I'm coming. The examples I'm giving is that all what I'm saying is that, David, we all know, and I want my people to call. There are certain things, no matter how you love your wife or your husband. No matter how you cherish them, no matter you don't want to keep things from them, there are certain expenditures. David, maybe in-laws, afiasun. Now, mommy on any queen. Account to
you should know that but she's still an in-law to you.
Some of our if you explain this to them,
back to the definition of what do you call it? Trust. You are not reliable. If you are a matured person, people have a misunderstanding with their wife. Does it say that mean that you don't do your
but Dave, listen to this scenario too.
No, I'm asking a question.
I'm trying to answer that question. I'm trying to answer that question.
When you have a problem with your husband,
for example, if my wife, as a brother, I mean, my wife brother idea, School crowd
every month.
Every month. For what? So why would I want to do that?
That's what I said. So you reason sit down with your
I won't agree.
Sit down with your
partner. Because he's a brother to my wife, she will see it in a different light. So maybe I will see that Masawa Bema compared to my but the wife will say it's my brother, so let's give him money.
So based on the analogy you're giving, your wife's brother is an alcoholic, and yet the sister wants us
to always fund it.
So if you are a reasonable person, sit down with your wife. Kofi sa no no chale beto man liver problems, beto man kidney problems. Sigana de man busumi bia no do no msa onim. Yentis karoso. Yempe mo amano. Then you are reasoning as
your wife will not agree.
Then my wife is being stupid. You see? Then my wife is being stupid. No. Because my wife will allow their brother to drink and become a more burden.
You think that I have not done that before you even married her?
It's a health problem. If your wife is a reasonable human being, and you say to your wife,
some of them even go to the extent of employing them in their companies and they will come and chop money.
Let's activate. Then the person is not trustworthy. Don't put him in the business.
That is why you don't have to put business. That's why you don't have to put yourself in one basket.
For me, my point is this: if you don't trust me, then let's keep separate accounts. But based on the definition for trust, David, if you trust me, let's keep a joint account.
David,
what out there? On the second day, NTA for 03220 83596 03220 83597 03220 83598. You've heard the argument, I'm sure. You've heard the debate in the studios, I'm sure. You've heard the voice note, I'm sure. What do you make of what you've heard? But aside from that, would you want to have a joint account with your partner? Kofi, good morning.
Morning. I think we are not discussing this topic because a certain Reverend Minister has said it. But we are discussing it because it is your selected topic. David, before I go on, I didn't know a man for ticket in Amamianko Stadium. It is a more selective. If there were a and so on, and family call. It is a more young person marrying BBA or love from Hamate. Now to the substantive in Ghana here, it is not applicable for couples to have joint account. You are talking about trust. What is trust? Trust from where? Where? Because the woman coming to the marriage has been sensitized that in the day I want family when your car on fama okunu, and so war padia kofi. And you no more joint account for what? And now you the man like Eugene was saying, if I need shoe for myself, if I need blade stick to shave my body, and I'll have to come to you, the woman, and tell you that let's go to the bank and withdraw money so I can be able to buy a blade stick for my body. What is this? So it is not applicable. It cannot work in Ghana. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Kofi, for joining us. But Kofi, let me say this to you. The tickets we got yesterday, we sent it electronically. I mean, via,
it's an e-ticket.
E-ticket. So we send it to your phone via WhatsApp. So if your phone is not on WhatsApp, then you might not have gotten it. But what we did was all the numbers that came through, we picked all the numbers and we sent the e-tickets to every person who called. So check your phone again, Kofi. We have another Kofi on the line. Hi, sir. Good morning.
Hello, David.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I am well, sir.
Well, this is your brother.
Kofi Sanua.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Kofi Sanua, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. It's been a while.
For the first time you've called on the radio station.
Quite an interesting discussion you're having. I thought let me just chip in something. You see, when it comes to marriage, when you really go into God's plan, the two become one in body, in spirit, and in soul. But I always want us to have also this clarity that as individuals, God also made us with special abilities that when you marry, in as much as you trust and love each other, those abilities you may not, share it apart. even in the giftings, there are people that God has blessed to be more givers. Others do not really understand why you should have that flair when it comes to giving towards certain causes. So I agree in principle that we must openly trust each other when it comes to resources, because we are sharing the most important thing that we all have, that is our body. Well, when it comes to money, I agree that to the level of understanding the married couple do have, they can agree to really share open information as to their financial inflows and how they intend to spend it. But as individuals, we may be connected to certain other things that may be God's own purpose for planting them in us, that your partner may not have had the opportunity to grow into that same grace. And you cannot force your partner to really come into that same level, in as much as you pray that with time you will understand each other. But trust will also mean that I will always believe that whatever gifting my partner has is for a good cause. So, like what you were saying, that in order for us to be able to check on each other and trust each other, I believe that one of the first things that we may have to do is, if we have sources of financial inflows, we must open up to each other. But like I agree with the professor or the reverend minister, the doctor, that you can agree on what to put together and equally give room for the individual partners or the couples to be able to have a flair to exercise certain great strength or gifting that God has given to them.
So, Kofi Nekrakra,
if it's not managed well, even having a joint account can equally collapse the marriage.
Kofi Nekrakra, are you for it or not for it?
I am, depending on the understanding the two people established. But I will not go to the extent to say that every resource put together, that is when there is trust in the marriage. That one I will not really agree to.
Kofi, thank you very much. Christoph is also on the line. Hi, Chris. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, David Akweta. How are you, sir?
I'm well, but I'm wondering, do you have a joint account with your wife?
David, your mother, okay, your mother, David. David, you see.
What has my mother got to do with this conversation? My question.
David, you see the argument in serious. That's a tip of an iceberg. David, it is possible, but it is difficult, especially in Africa. David, you know that when it comes to money, even your blood sister, your blood brother, your father, your mother, you can have problems with them in terms of money. It doesn't matter whether it is biological father or mother or something, but money is something. So, per our understanding and the way we live our lives here in Africa, Ghana, I think that joint account is possible, but it will be difficult. David, as you are saying, even for we Christians, maybe I am a charismatic. Maybe my wife will be a Catholic or Methodist, depending on even the doctrines that we have, offering, tithing, and giving to the church. That one look a big problem. Women even buy more than men. And not for the member. And not only about those who so it's possible that the woman will be spending more money than you, the man. And if you're not mature, baby, as somebody said, that alone can collapse the marriage. So I think that depending on our ability and our understanding, it will be difficult, but it is possible. But elsewhere, Europe and America, it can work. But here, no, at a bad day.
Well, so you know that those are the thoughts of gentlemen. We'd like to hear women as well. Kojo is on the line. Hi, Kojo. Good morning.
Good morning, Dave.
Welcome, sir. Let's hear you.
Thank you. I think that so. Let's look at it this way. If you trust your spouse, why don't you also trust him or her that whatever he or she earns, he or she can put it to good use? For me, the joint account comes in when you feel that your spouse has proven beyond all reasonable doubt that he or she is not financially disciplined. So for me, it's just a matter of understanding between the spouse. You decide that, okay, your earnings, use it to buy groceries for the house. I'm using mine to pay school fees. I'm using mine to do A, B, or C. Use yours to do A, B, C. And then you trust each other to keep to whatever arrangement that you have. The moment joint account comes in, then it means that there is a mistrust somewhere, that one spouse will not heed to the arrangement that the couple have put in place. So for me, I'm not in favor of a joint account. Let's trust each other to put to good use whatever that we earn from our toils.
Back to the issue of trust again, isn't it? Nana Kweku, good morning and welcome.
Good morning. Okay. I subscribe to joint accounts, but it needs to be in some sort of a percentage. You earn, let's say, 10 cities, then probably 10%, like 5%, whatever percentage the couples will agree on is for the personal use. Let me give you a scenario. Before you met your wife, or before your wife met you, someone might have paid a significant impact in your life before the couples you met. And if that person should come to you and ask you, look, I'm in dire need of something, you need to go consult your wife or your husband that, look, I'm going to give this money to this person. Imagine your ex, before you even went to the university, managed to provide everything for you to get to university. But because of some circumstances, you couldn't get married. And then he or she calls you and tells you, look, oh, I need something small. You're going to consult your wife that I'm going to give this money to my ex. Before to happen at home. Thank you very much.
Ajekum, good morning. We lost Ajekum on the line. But the number to call us on is 03220-83596, 03220-83597, and 03220-83598.
David, so on this point that Nana Kweku mentions, for something, maybe he's genotype something. I'm just saying that your wife, your ex.
What he said.
No, I'm coming. He was saying that your ex be a pain, someone who's really helped you before. Something you couldn't marry, right? She's in a fix, and ask you for money. Are we sitting in this studio pretending that Ghana women will understand for you to take money from their old?
Which one would you be doing? You're asking, you're offended.
Let me get to know what I'm paying.
Which one do you prefer? Hold on, let me ask you a question. Which one do you prefer, Eugene or Leo? Any of you can answer this question. So you do it without her knowledge, your wife's knowledge. You give. One day she finds out. Hold on. You're not getting the point. You give out the money. And once you're giving out the money to the person without your wife's knowledge, you think you are safe. One day she gets to know, but you reason with your wife.
And then she will not agree.
She trusts you. And she reasons with you and you give. Which one is safer?
I disagree with you.
Well, fine, you have a choice to disagree with me. But to me, I'll play safe. Let her know and let me give. Rather than me giving, she finding out later. Then she might suspect there's something going on. Ajekum is back, I'm told. Good morning, Ajekum. Ken on the line. Hi, Ken. Good morning, Ken.
Good morning, David. David, a long time. I hope you're doing well.
Ken.
Yeah, David, with my little experience on this one, I'm going to tell you nothing is certain. People change with experience. The moment you talk about trust, that is when you think, oh, everything is all right. But with experience, with what people face in life, when you do this joint account, things will change. Things will change, meaning it may collapse the marriage. So when you take 20 people, 20 couples, 19 will never survive with this joint account issue. Only one will survive. Sometimes, like we Ghanaians are trying to compare ourselves to the Western countries, which, of course, with them they understand. It's not about trust; they understand each other. Understanding is what we have to talk about. With trust, David, I'm telling you, nothing is permanent. Trust is not permanent, and then we don't trust each other. If you really trust the person, you wouldn't call for joint account like somebody said. So it's about understanding. And then both of you can contribute and do something.
If it's about understanding, trust also plays a role in understanding, doesn't it? Let's speak to our final caller. Ejekum, I'm told this is back. Ejekum, welcome and let's hear you, sir. We lost him on the line again. Sorry, Jacob. So let's go to our WhatsApp console. What are people saying there? Lou Stanley.
Yeah, David, I think joint accounts by spouses is not bad, but it is only when both spouses are salary earners. If they are both salary earners, then they can place a standing order on their salaries, which goes to their individual banks, and put into the joint account. In that sense, then both can say they have control over the account. But if one is earning salary and the other is not earning salary, I don't think joint account is anything to do. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing at all. Let everybody manage their own private account. But if both agree to set up a joint account and they are both salary earners, then they should also come clean. So that if we say, okay, both of us are placing 200 cedis or 500 cedis a month from.
Dave, you mentioned trust. I mean, if we trust each other, we trust that we can use our earnings to a good effect. We can spend wisely, we can spend well. So I trust that, yes, my spouse will use or will put his money to a good use. And my spouse also trusts me that I will also put my earnings into a good use. So why then do we have to come together and then open a joint account? It means that we even have trust issues. For you to even decide that, okay, let's come together and then open a joint account so that we can use it for our common good. For me, it's a trust issue. But if we trust ourselves, it's just a matter of we having understanding and deciding on which expenditure spouse A needs to take care of and which expenditure spouse B needs to also take care of. If we understand ourselves in that regard, then we are good to go.
Good morning, David. I believe it is an unpardonable sin to open and operate a joint bank account with your legally married wife. A husband must develop his emotional, social, and financial capacity to run his home and family. A husband must pay all the bills, but if the wife decides to help in a way, so be it, and the husband must graciously thank the wife. My point to buttress it is that we operate or we run our immediate families alongside our extended families. So it will not be fair for the husband to go seeking the approval of the wife and he take this money to go and give to my mother, my nephew, my niece, to help a friend, or to even help somebody from the wife's family. No, it's not acceptable. In the Western world, they deal with their immediate families alone, so they can practice that.
Hello, good morning, David. Because we are Africans and Ghanaian for that matter, we find it very difficult to understand or appreciate this issue of joint bank accounts. Elsewhere, especially in Asia, Japan for instance, there's not even an issue like joint account. It is you, the man, you surrender your pay at the end of the month. It is the woman who determines what goes for what, how they spend, even your own TNT and your pocket money, she will have to give it to you. But we as Africans and Ghanaians for that matter, we find it difficult to appreciate, let alone understand this issue of joint account between man and woman or spouses. Thank you.
Yeah, hello, Superman David Akwete, please. Good morning. I think, as for trust, me, I don't even trust myself. So how can I trust somebody? I love my wife. My wife loves me. But to say that I trust maybe the wife 100% or the husband 100%, I don't think sometimes that one need to be,
But sometimes working with some people is difficult. If you're not careful, the things you do and say, God help us.
David, you hear what the gentleman said.
Listen, no more comments.
But David, I think that today we've proven that. And I think, Leo, we've done a good job. We need to go to Asokwa for ourselves. We've been able to corner your man.
Oh, we haven't cornered anybody. I didn't want to talk because of what Leo did. And like I said, listen, Leo always said, let me explain something and then I'll end on this. You realize that yesterday, for example, when we were talking about the land acquisition, most of the women who came in had a certain mindset that Mrana Kanwasamamo. Most of the men were also of the view that this is a bad law. Why? Because of the lack of trust for each other. Your mindset and the person's mindset. And you realize that most of the guys who were speaking for you and your stance, they made some comparison that elsewhere it works. And we copied them in many ways. So if it works elsewhere, why can't we have the same mindset and let it work here? And I'll land again on what I began by saying. And Kofi, it's not because of what the doctor said, that is, we looked at to talk about what we didn't know, but it's part of it. Yes, generalization here. He used some keywords. Trust. I gave you a definition as to what the trust is.
And I gave you my definition.
And you brought your definition as well. And your definition, even to me, I like that better because of some of the clauses in there. If you are married to somebody and there is trust, reliability, you know that this person has my back and the other person also has the other person's back. You live life peacefully and beautifully. But if you don't trust me and I don't trust you,
then let's not do it
and I will need to tell dear,
let's not do
then
it.
You cannot do this.
David, the conversation that we discussed was also about partners. One, the conversation we discussed, the general pulse of the listeners is with the argument Leo and myself made. Let's have a joint account, yes, for projects, but let's also have our respective access to our monies. Kofi, for example, said that I did not need my wife's approval to buy shaving stick. 3, trust is there. Trust me having given you 70% of my salary in a common objective and me keeping 30% is not a measure of a mistrust. No. You trust me that I can give you 30%. Why can't you trust me that I can manage my 30%?
So if you trust me, why would you not trust me that if I take if the woman, for example, and that's what you mentioned, and that's what I liken it to what Kofi Bajuba is saying, that you need your wife's permission to go and buy shaving stick. I mean, how on earth? And you mentioned boxer shorts. So your wife knows that she would wash the boxer shorts or your undies. They are torn, they are worn out. And you need her permission to go buy boxer shorts. You take the money, you go and buy boxer shorts. She knows the boxer shorts.
Next week Friday.
She knows about you who got about a shaving stick. You need her permission. What are people talking about?
Next week Friday.
What are people talking about?
Please.
If you're a wife and you have a problem, if your husband buys a boxer shorts or a shaving stick, then shame on you.
Dave, it's not about if your wife has a problem.
That is what people are saying.
The thing is, because no matter what you do, you have to have a certain form of freedom. Men to saving stake. Whether you agree or not, I am my own man. I have to be able
to ask her permission to buy. You just go and buy it.
Next week.
Uyam ayekro anase emu kekao uhia amuzuke uyam tutu anase emu samfono uhia amuzuke wayase ya oya anase uwa fichikro mu haw uhia amuzuke heba mixture ebi wo heba shop bia mu frɛ 0247 776743.
Hey, are you worried about your parties, weddings, hangouts, on what drink to enjoy for the celebration? Or you're worried about how to celebrate your friends and family during that special occasion? Bigo. Now that is Bigo. With Bigo, no wahala for the occasion. They made it for everyone to enjoy and have the ideal celebration. Bigo, the soft drinks that comes in 16 and 20 in a pack. Hey, Charlie, that is Bigo. A lot to go around in various packs. It's refreshing and good quality. Now that is Bigo. The taste is Another quality product from Twillium Industries Limited. This advert is FDA approved.
Owning a home is an accomplishment. When it comes to choosing our preference of living, we are faced with a dilemma. Will you go for affordability, comfort, or luxury?
Well, we will help you choose your preferred home at a very affordable and convenient way at the 2023 edition of the Love FM Republic Bank Habitat Fair. The Love FM Republic Bank Habitat Fair is slated for Friday, 6th October to Sunday, 8th October 2023 at the Kumasi City Mall, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. each day.
This event is brought to you by your superstation, Love 99.5 FM, in partnership with Republic Bank and supported by.
And there he comes, the man with many keys.
That's me, bro.
Safwahini.
One more critical key, and I'll be the most comfortable man. A key to my own home.
That's the one key you need. Just talk to the mortgage expert.
Republic Bank?
Oh, yeah. When you sign on to Republic Pension Backed Mortgage, you can own a home before you retire, you know.
Republic Pension Backed Mortgage, right?
It is fantastic. Good thing is, you get to use your Tier 3 pension contributions.
Wow. Soon, I'll also be a landlord.
For further info on Republic Pension Backed Mortgage, contact Republic Bank now. Republic Bank, we are the one for you.
PBC Industries are the producers of Leyland Paint. Finest paint with its quality has the finest prices, home charm, wonder coat and gold paint. Leyland Paint has changed the label design to a new one. But remember, it is the same quality since 1964.
Sunset Hotel has the best of accommodation, air-conditioned rooms to make your stay a memorable one. Sunset Hotel has introduced a live band session every Friday, Saturday and Sunday from 5 p.m. right till 10 p.m. which comes with a massive discount on our food, especially on our local dishes like fufu with a bunobunu going for 20 Ghana cedis. Sunset Hotel Live Band, there is nothing like it. Let's meet this and every weekend for your weekend's relaxation. We are located at Cedar Crescent at Denyame. Call us on 0207 228 455.
Are you building your own house, school, church, store, or are you a building contractor? Then come to Pristodia Ghana Limited. We offer services like fabrication and installation of stainless steel balustrade, stainless gate and fence wall design, aluminium UPVC windows, burglar-proof glass and plastic canopies, frameless glass structure, frameless glass cubicle, frameless glass door, and all architectural metal works. Locate Pristodia Ghana Limited at Asokore Mampo, near Kumasi Academy and opposite the Garden City Commercial School. Call us on 0244 612 507.
Are you a breadwinner and worried about your family's future financial situation? Then allow yourself and your family to enjoy maximum peace of mind in the event of an unforeseen circumstances. What's more, in collaboration with Spectra Health Mutual Insurance Scheme, the Ultimate Protection Plus now offers you free imaging services such as ultrasound scan, CT scan, mammogram, X-ray, MRI, as well as discounted rate for medical interventional procedures and many more. Our sales team across the country is ready to help you take charge of your future today with the Star Life Ultimate Plus. You could call us on 0302 739 600 or WhatsApp us on 058 081 786. Star Life Ultimate Protection Plus. Protecting what you love.
At Lesh Fortune Limited, interior design and finishing is our passion with specialty in home, hotel, and office finishing. We have available quality curtains, blinds, carpets, and custom-made furniture. Lesh Fortune Limited is located at Plot 50 Otuajin Road, Kotobabi, Spintex. For more information, contact us on 0244 265 588 or 0302 811 163. Our email address is leshghana@yahoo.com. Lesh Fortune Limited, luxuriously perfect.
I heard it's because of New Generation Investment Services. They took care of his pension funds. I hear they also started the NGISM fund, which allows them to grow their investment and create wealth. They also have the Nidaso Mutual Fund, which I intend to sign on so I can sow today and reap tomorrow.
Don't be left out.
Visit us today at the first floor, Kokobo Jubilee House at Doom Kumasi, and the first floor of the first story building behind National Investment Investment Bank, Sunyani, or visit www.ngis-group.com.
New Generation Investment Services, achieving excellent returns on your investment.
City Park, a luxurious residential community harmonizing urban comfort with hometown charm, lies comfortably in Agri-Kokwade near Kwadaso Agri College. This prestigious enclave offers modern 2, 3, and 4-bedroom townhomes, including 24/7 security, lush communal spaces, sports courts, swimming pools, a children's playground, and a clubhouse. City Park ensures a high standard of living. Book your private site tour today at info@cityparkgh.com or call or WhatsApp us on 0593 872 604. If abroad, you can call or text +1240 447 3024. City Park, a fienifie.
Kennedy Digital Satellite. He will offer promotions on air conditioning 1.5 horsepower, deep freezers from 500 liters to 900 liters, TVs 50 inches up to 75 inches, fufu machines, popcorn machines, sewing machines, gas cookers, microwaves, kettles, blenders, iron, stabilizers, and all kinds of decoders. All government workers under the Controller and Accountant General's Department can also visit our showrooms for a suitable payment plan for items purchased monthly. Locate us here in Kumasi, Family Plaza Building, first floor at Sedum, Patasi Adom House Building, first floor Kennedy Junction, or call us on 0244 385 128.
Africa Company Limited. We are dealers in high quality products like rack tiles, sanitary wares, jacuzzi, Osram light of all types, Knauf, plasterboard and accessories, POP cement, Bloom and Egger kitchen cabinets, and Stone Depot granite worktop. There is a special offer where you buy one and get one free on all Osram B22D bulbs. You can now buy any chandelier from Africa and get 50% discount Carrier air conditions promotion. We have Daikin air conditions and ventilation system, Media and Sodeka air condition curtain, Carrier air condition that gives you the option to Wi-Fi, DAP water pumps from Italy, Kaiser kitchen appliance, Media kitchen appliance, electric transformers and Perkins generators, etc. Locate Africa Company Limited at Ahunjo Main Road or call us on 0507 086 606 or 03220 02397.
Yes, DBS Industries has done it again. We have taken the lead by introducing the newest Colorlink Plus roofing sheets. It comes with 20-year warranty against fading.
Hold on a second. Did you say 20-year warranty against fading?
Yes. In addition, it has self-clean properties, meaning it has the ability to clean dirt that settles on it, making your roof look beautiful at all times.
This DBS offer is super cool.
Get your Colorlink Plus roofing sheet for your roof today. Look out for Colorlink imprint on our sheets. Locate DBS Limited in Kumasi on the Kumasi Accra Road at Adakwajachi opposite Kwamo Guel filling station. Call our hotline on 050 600 4141 or 0543 286 637. Visit our other factories in Accra, Tamale and Takrady. DBS Industries, your roof experts.
Aji mensa ye titiri na ayame yaka ho doctor say me BP ni me sugar nyina kwosoro
de wuhia ne Amuzu garlic bitters.
Amuzu garlic bitters
ane Amuzu garlic bitters e wo herbal shop bia.
The national discourse is broad. Healthy debates, arguments, opinions from masses help develop a better roadmap to build a better Ghana. The Love FM Ghana University's Debate Championship provides the platform for universities in Ghana, both public and private, to elucidate their stance on issues of national interest.
Rep your school at the KNUST School of Business for the main showdown. Competing schools: KNUST, University of Ghana, UCC, Accra Technical University, UDS, Amstead, SD Dombo University of Business and Integrated Development Studies, UNAIR, UHAS, and Takrady Technical University.
Starting on Monday, 9th October 2023 at 10 a.m. at KNUST School of Business. The Love FM Ghana University's Debate Championship. We simply can't wait. This event is brought to you by your superstation, Love 99.5 FM, and in partnership with Ghana University's Debate Association.
You do love kitchen, Matthew pepper soup, your love chicken. In the book, you do love love kitchen. I made my few pepper soup no your love chicken. Till for fry, I get your fry, fancy natty. Echicho, etoche na muna desayati. Mosi masomi mo, boy romantic. Odo wodi na kumemo, okay uda manti. Uda kulupoya muda mami ye know your nonsense. Wodi me to the mumma the facts.
Coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
Obinie manga walu kwa mumpobi walu toma minyesi da bontobi ajade obinie manga sama tu kofi with the prison man wulu so jolly